Hello everyone and greetings to a new video about my Mini Q. Last year I've seen a video from Kofi. He was actually one of the first guys who built this one on 6S. Then my mate, Average FPV, as well ordered one, and I thought like, okay, I want to have one as well. And it turned out to be one of the most complicated builds ever. It was not really fun to put together because everything is custom here. And it's composite, so you have to cut a little bit and think around how you want to install things. Here in the front you have an O4 Lite with a mount which I designed, and a cooling hole, and I had to design a motor mount. And the most complicated part here was actually the flight controller. Here we have a Speedybee F405 version 5 stack. I actually bought this one because I thought like I want to have a high amp rated ESC as well, and I want to keep it compact, and they were stating that it had INAV support, so I ordered one. I found out later that this was false advertising and there was no Target, so I had to build one myself. I will link the Target in the video description below, as well as the 3D printed parts that I created. It's actually quite a nice stack because you can power the VTX via switch, similar to the TBS stack that you have in the Chupito, and that's actually a great thing. Also, something that I learned is that composite seems to block signal, so you have to be very careful with video transmission signal, you have to be very careful with your receiver signal. And what actually didn't really work out for me was the GPS unit, which I initially placed here in the back, but the composite was blocking it, so I removed it. For my maiden flight, I had help from Average FPV, who kindly assisted with launching it. I just realized then that there were heavy oscillations on the pitch and roll axis, so something was off. I found then later that the buzzer was loose, and obviously something with the peak tune was as well not okay. But I managed to land it safely and there was no damage. I then adjusted the pits and adjusted TPA a little bit, and on the second flight it actually worked much better. The problem is not 100% gone, but it's much better. I can go full throttle and it's flyable. It still requires some tuning. What I found out as well is that the O4 Lite, like on small drones, it doesn't like vibrations, and composite seems to have some vibrations. So some shakes as well come from the camera itself and not from the plane. This thing is incredibly fast on 6S. And I measured speeds around 220, 230 kilometers per hour. But since I removed the GPS, I can't give you real numbers anymore. What is really special about the composite plane is that it really cuts through the air like a knife. And that feels definitely different than a foam plane. And it also glides like forever, and landing is quite a challenge. You will see at the end of the video that I had some difficulties landing, and the intention was not to land in the woods. I will keep doing some tuning, and hopefully the weather gets better soon, and there will be another video. So have fun on my second flight, and see you in the next one. Bye!